What do you think of this?
So, Repentance finally dropped, and you know what that means. Nah, but really, I'm having a stupid amount of fun playing Repentance, and I could go into detail, but that's a video for another day. For now, just know that, in my opinion, which totally matters, Repentance is the best version of Isaac, hands down. Okay, look, I understand why fixing the void wasn't a major concern with the development of Repentance, especially considering the sheer amount of new content and game-changing reworks put into the game. I am genuinely not disappointed or upset that the void didn't get a rework because of how good the rest of Repentance is. Also, I've heard through the grapevine that the void and Delirium rework could happen in the future, which I would obviously enjoy. But I can be patient. Regardless of the void rework happens or not, I'm still very happy with the current state of the game, and I just wanted to make this video to hopefully spark some discussion. So yeah, let's talk about Delirium. I don't know if there's like a based opinion or something, but like, look, I don't care what anyone else says. The concept of Delirium is so cool. The idea of the Void chapter being an amalgamation of previous floors all scrambled together to create the ultimate dungeon. Delirium's iconic design of goopy white and crazed yellow eyes give the impression of a large and overwhelming, inescapable force, as Delirium is the embodiment of Isaac's escape from reality, and the embodiment of the game's roguelike nature, the true dungeon master of Isaac's mind. At least that's how I perceive it. I mean, it's probably wrong. I suppose my main argument is that Delirium, in concept, is a really awesome and quite fitting idea for Isaac. It's just that the execution was maybe a little disappointing. Let's start with the first problem that most players encounter upon entering the floor. I get it, it's the ultimate dungeon, so of course it's gonna be a little bit massive, but it makes up for a size by having all the rooms ones from previous floors, making most rooms much easier. And I don't know about everyone else, but I almost always tend to find the void to be way too easy. Although I do feel like an overpowered god blasting through the floor, which is of course a great feeling, but these are just rooms that you'd see on any other floor. I don't really feel rewarded for cleaning rooms so quickly when all the rooms are just regular, easy-peasy rooms. Like when I'm blasting through the chest or dark room, I feel rewarded because each room has a boss in it. And being so powerful that I can almost instantly defeat bosses is a lot more satisfying than being able to blast through rooms from previous levels with enemies that you've already been able to beat pretty easily. So it's nothing really new, nothing that really gives the void personality. Yeah, that's another thing, personality. The void doesn't really feel like its own thing since it's just a combination of other floors thrown into a blender. And I guess that's kinda the point, but I don't know, maybe up the difficulty like they did in the true ending path. Or maybe make the enemies or rooms all white and goopy like Delirium. Okay, well maybe I'm asking for too much on that. Although I don't think I'm asking for too much when I ask for curses to not happen on the void. Specifically Curse of the Lost. It's possible to get Curse of the Lost in the void, the biggest dungeon in the game, and you can't see the map. Better bust out the pencil and paper, cause you gonna be making your own map tonight, buddy. So, Delirium. As said previously, I like the design. I mean, I like how they can morph into almost all the bosses in the game, again making Delirium the ultimate dungeon master boss. But oh my goodness, it is so annoying. Why my man gotta keep telefragging me? And why do I just randomly take damage for no apparent reason? Hey gosh dang, the boss was already unfinished before, but now the new content from Repentance just fucked it up even more. Bullet hell thing that Delirium is going for is... There's white tears that shoot out in a ring that don't explode, and there's greenish tears that shoot out in a ring that do explode. What's with the padding, man? There is no reason why Delirium needs to have 10,000 HP. Especially considering that Delirium doesn't even have phases. Just kinda do their own thing the entire battle. Oh, I'm sorry. He gets more red and faster as their health drains. So I guess it's kinda like Ultra Greed, but more annoying. I think Hush is a great example of how to do a massive room bullet hell type boss. Tears shoot out very rhythmically and with different colors to differentiate their behavior from one another. Not to mention that Hush does different kinds of attacks based on their health, and it's very clear what you need to do in order to avoid the attacks while still being a very fun challenge. Except this attack. Fuck this attack. Overall, I'd say that the Hush fight is a great test of player endurance, while the Delirium fight is more of a test of player reaction time and memorization. Not to say that a test of reaction time and memorization is necessarily bad. If anything, the concept is fitting, considering that a major part of playing Isaac in general is memorization and reaction time. It's just that, again, the execution is, well, this. I don't know, man, just look at these two fights side by side and tell me which one is more interesting. So despite everything negative that I do have to say about the Void and Delirium, I do think that being a jank as hell boss is kind of the spirit of Isaac in a way. There's so many things to discover and even more things to do when playing Isaac, and given the amount of content and infinite replayability, there's bound to be some amount of jank present. I guess I just don't really know what I want from the Void or Delirium, because in a sick and twisted way, they encapsulate the spirit of Isaac as a whole, both in concept and in gameplay. But that still doesn't mean I wouldn't like to see a rework.